at the age of 15, I was in high school at a boarding school in a very rural area. I spent a lot of time with a good friend of mine, Charles Mutinda. Charles grew up in this remote area. As we were learning about vegetables in class, he told me he had never seen a carrot in his life. His humble request was for me to bring him a carrot. I brought him a bag of carrots, and the excitement from his discovery inspired me. I caught up with him 20 years later, and I was even more shocked to learn that he had gone on to become a major carrot farmer in his town. The lesson that I learned from this was that it is okay and possible to influence someone else's life. There are events in all of our lives that affect our path. At Legacy Media, we believe in the power and the minds that we already have in Kenya. Our objectives of entertain, educate, elevate are baked into everything that we do. The first two are self-explanatory. Definition of elevate is to raise or lift up to a higher level. We seek to raise or lift minds, behavior, skills, attitudes up to a higher position. We push to shift thinking. View it as a situation where there's a locked box. And we try to shift thinking to an open conduit from which you can face your fears, formulate innovative and modernized solutions to our current problems. We are acting along with our belief that our country is brimming with brilliant minds. And sometimes all that's missing is a spark. The first thing that comes to my mind is Chimamanda Adichie's The Danger of a Single Story. If you know or hear only a single story about a place, someone, or a country, you risk a critical misunderstanding. Very strongly no. I am just someone who got the opportunity to experience a different place. It is out of love that I seek to show others what I've learned. Let me give you an example. Let's say you grew up in northern Kenya in an isolated village with no water at all. And at some point you get the opportunity to visit a neighboring village that they have learned to harness community work to access well water. Then you immediately realize how easily this would translate as a solution for your village. Now, would you show your village what you have learned, or would you let them continue to anguish? It is with this same kind of love that I reach out to others. One misconception that exists infers that because a diasporan lives in a distant country or place, that they have lost love for their home. It could not be further from the truth. I know a lot of people who live hours and miles away from home, and they have a deep, deep patriotism and love for their country. Someone asked me, how are we different? I don't think we're different. I believe we are all the same. We are separated by our passions. Our passion is to see a time when the youth are empowered. And by youth, I mean everybody. Youth is a sense of mind. If we slowly arm our youth with different philosophies, confidence levels, leadership qualities, can you imagine the impact in 5, 10, 15 years? Our economies are structured differently in Kenya and Africa as a whole. where the biggest changes come from the grassroots and mostly independent of government. If we can spark one mind, just one mind to action, that could be the beginning of a large domino effect. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, be the change that you want to see in the world. Entertain, educate, elevate will be baked into everything that we do.